Hello, it is Saturday, March 22nd, 2025, and that was And Still It Drips by composer Whitney George from New York. And this is part of a series which is titled Solitude and Secrecy. This is volume 5 for piano. There are others in the series, and it was written in August 2020. So you can think to yourself, oh, pandemic. Yes, this was written during the pandemic, hence the name Solitude and Secrecy, I believe. And this piece is fascinating to me. It was a wonderful challenge to play. I hope you enjoyed it. And now we get to hear a little bit from the composer herself. I will see you tomorrow, and thanks for listening.
So my name is Whitney George, and I am a composer and conductor based in Brooklyn, New York. I run a group called the Curiosity Cabinet, which really influences how I think about music and art in general. I like to see music alongside of oftentimes a visual component or a staged component. And that's led me to not only make my ensemble, but kind of imbue my pieces with a lot of programmatic detail. I've been in New York for the last 16 or so years now, so enough to call myself really a New Yorker, I would hope, but originally I'm from California. I did my master's and my doctoral degree out here in New York City, but I otherwise came from Cal Arts, a Disney endowed school of kind of insane madness in the best kind of creative way. And I think that particular school says a lot about maybe what I might do as a artist myself. I'm also really undisciplined in choosing just sort of one medium. You'll find me, doing set design and costume design and graphic design and all sorts of other stuff that accompanies music. So that's a little bit about me and what I find interesting about art in general. I myself am a very large scale format composer, so I usually gravitate towards doing things that are, operatic in scale, literally working on the third opera with a librettist that I collaborate with quite a bit called No Man's Land. But, when we had a restricted stay-at-home order, all of a sudden my entire portfolio felt, not my entire portfolio, but certainly the thrust of it for the last number of years felt really irrelevant, especially the most forbidden of all art forms being opera, where one can spit on other people and they're literally breathing on others, and you're in such close proximity. So I took a moment to, because I really feel like music is a way of conversing with other people, that if the art form that I was most interested in writing for wasn't going to necessarily be around for the foreseeable future, that I should probably redirect. And that manifested in a number of solo pieces that were constructed to do at home to like layer against yourself. That's another piece. When I dream of you, which is like kind of like a 7 day meditation that happens with a pre-recorded part. So you can kind of so a number of these pieces, and Still It Drips included, were really influenced by the here and now that was happening. I think I mentioned to you that you're gonna have the premiere of it, not in public yet.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this will be the only thing on YouTube, and it'll be also the first thing live.
Yep.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
So
And then I think I emailed you about, like, my daughter was like, what is that music you're playing? She was homesick and she was like laying on the couch listening to me practice. And I was like, yeah, it's a great piece, you know.
love that. I mean, that's the hardest audience to try to get interested, I think, in, whatever we're going to call classical music now, just contemporary stuff that's written nowadays. But I think, there's a misconception that, contemporary music is not accessible, but I like stuff that has a beat and is, it's got a good earworm, and that's the kind of stuff I want to write, and hopefully other people would want to listen to. So yeah, the fact that your daughter was into it, I was like, yes, it's a cool piece. I already know it. That's wonderful. If I could use her as part of, one of my pull quotes for my website, I certainly would, because that's a tough audience.